Hello. I wanted to do a vlog today talking about my experience doing role playing at PAX this year. I would like to say, no, actually, I have done PAX before. I have done role playing once before. At least once before with Justin, and we did a Star Wars role playing session. It was so much fun. But that was like with some friends and stuff. But this is my first time with like complete strangers, I think. So I just felt like trying out role playing. Like I've always wanted to try it, but it's one of those things that it's just like a little bit out of the way, or requires a bit of effort to actually go to a place where they do it. Whereas this is like I'm at PAX already. All I have to do is just walk to the area where they do it. And some things that led up to it was like I went to Warren Spector's panel a few like on the Friday, and he was mentioning how one of the things that's got him started into like wanting to be doing storytelling in is his role playing sessions with Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. And also one of my friends Dewey has gotten into role playing recently and he loves it. Like he's just like, really into it. So that's kind of got it on the brain for me, and it's always been bubbling away. I've always thought it would be cool, and especially I thought that like if I like to want to write stories and stuff like that, role playing would help. What do you call it? Just kind of like exercise the creativity and like give me ideas for stories. And I was like really right, because just doing this session like just really got me wanting to write stories about it, and plus on the at the most basic level, I just had a really good fun adventure, and yeah, so it was really strange. Like I'd done my stuff, and like I think I had like an hour or so before the next panel I wanted to see, which was the Penny Arcade guys. That they were going to be at 2:30, and so I went down to the role playing place, and I was just I saw all these tables with people sitting in around each table, and I wasn't sure how to get in on it. Like, did I have to go to a table that was empty, or I wasn't quite sure. So, I was just wandering around, just looking like, at it, and then I saw one of the enforcers, one of the guys, and I went up to him and goes, oh, no, he goes, I forgot how it started. He just said, can I help you? Or I said, oh yeah, where's the role playing part? And he goes, oh, it's just around here, like, around these tables. And he goes, he was explaining a lot of stuff to me. And then he goes, the guy in the red over there, he's like in charge of this area. So if you go over to here, no, actually, the first thing I said to this enforcer was like, how do I get into the role playing thing, this? And he goes, you just did, like just by asking him. So that was fun, and so then I went over to the guy in the red, and he was so helpful. He was one of the organizers of I think what's this thing called, Pathfinder Society. Okay, I think it's a role playing game, like kind of like how there's Dungeons and Dragons. I think this is another one, Pathfinder Society, and what yeah, so he was explaining all this stuff. He goes, there's all these characters on this table, so you just pick a character, and then when there's a game ready, they'll come find you here around the table, and then you go start a game. So, and I kind of like looked around the table, and the first one I picked was, funnily enough, a character that I probably would have picked anyway. Like when I was at the table, the first character I picked was this spider guy. What's his name? Valeros, and I love the art in this game. How cool is that? And so it's got like a short description of him and his stats and stuff. I really like it. So I picked Valeros, and then some more people came over, because yeah, you put your name on this little list, and then when they need like 4 or 5 more players for a new game, they'll just go down the list and go, you guys come with us to the table at the back, and there's a guy at the table already there, and he's the game master. And yeah, so I went down there, and but what happened was there was another guy who picked Valeros as well, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't want to. He's already picked Valeros, so I'll just pick someone else. And I ended up picking this girl, Amiri. I just grabbed the next sheet, and this one is the one that I grabbed, Amiri, and she's a barbarian. And I was like, cool, I can dig that. I usually like melee type characters, kind of brute force kind of characters when I play RPGs on computer and stuff, so it suited me fine. And the thing was, I felt at the start, I felt really out of place. I like totally lost. They were all experienced players, and like they were talking about like, let's do a perception test, and this, let's do a this test, and all this stuff. They were talking all these things, right? And I didn't know where on my sheet I had to look for and I was like kind of lost, and yeah, I just didn't know what was going on, so I was kind of just sitting there. And luckily, the guy that came sat next to me, he was really cool. His name was Jack, and he kind of looked out for me. He just after a while, he I think he could tell I was really new, so he just asked if he could just read my sheet, and so he read my sheet. He said, "Oh, that's cool," and all that stuff, and like he was helping me out with stuff, and yeah. And then eventually I realized what was kind of going on. You know, it took me a while, but you know, like the game master would read the scenario of the scene, and there's a map on the board. I mean, like a map on the table, and each person has their little character, like a little picture on a little thing, and you put on the thing, and that's where you're standing. That's cool. And so our adventure was going up this mountain to investigate this some kind of strange thing, and it was cool. Like actually, the thing is, I was just part of the group moving up, and I didn't do anything because I didn't feel confident enough to like, what do you call it? Say, oh yeah, now I'm gonna look around and because with role playing you can do anything you want, and the game master will tell you if you can or can't do it and stuff like that. It's interesting, like, and I just I was really so new to it. I just didn't know, just like it wasn't like, oh, it's your turn. What do you want to do? It's your turn. What do you want to do? It's just like you just jump in when you want to do something, basically, as the event is happening. Unless it's a battle, I think then there's battle, then there's initiative rolls, and then it's like there's an order of who goes first and stuff like that. Yeah. So the gist of it was so much fun. Like Warren Spector, the guy who I went to see the panel a few days ago, explained it the best. He said when you're role playing, like it's like the most exciting adventure to you, but to anyone else it's like really boring. And it's probably true. Like if I was to sit here and say what we did on our adventure, it would sound pretty like not that interesting. It'd be probably like as interesting as you telling someone what you dreamed last night. But for me, I felt like I was on this adventure. I can imagine it, like being on this adventure. It's nuts. It's like a part of my brain that doesn't get a workout, like just using my imagination so much. Yeah, just in that sense. So it was really cool, and even as I was doing it, I was getting ideas of like I was feeling like I want to write a story and using these characters even and stuff like that. Because this month is NaNoWriMo month, so I got to write a novel in 1 month, or 50,000 words in 1 month. And so I thought maybe I could try writing with these characters. It might be fun. Um, anyways, yeah. So and yeah, I had a really good time, and me and the guy next to me we were such similar because he was a bloodletter, I think he's so he and I was a barbarian, and so we're both really into rage. We're very similar characters actually, and yeah, we always wanted to fight things. And there was a bard on the other side who was a real pacifist. He wanted to like talk his way out of things, and he was busy talking, and while he was talking, we were getting we just wanted to hit things and stuff. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. It was a really good session. It was fun because there was that little bit of what's it called, tension within the group. Not bad tension, but like that the bard character seemed like annoyed that we had kind of ruined his conversation with the we started a fight with the bad guys, you know, while he was charming them and stuff, and one of them actually had already been charmed and stuff. But yeah, I just had a really good time, and I'm really glad I tried to check it out. So I just thought I'd talk about this because it was fun and something different that I did. And yeah, if anyone's watching this and you interested in trying role playing, I think you should try it. Yeah, at first I felt really out of place, and what do you call it? Just wasn't sure if I would fit in, or you know, just it was like they were talking in like another language really, and it was like going so fast. You know, it felt like it was going really fast. Like I didn't even know which dice was which, like which is the D8, which is the D20, and all that stuff. And yeah, I was so slow, but I had a really good time, and they were very welcoming and stuff and stuff. And what happened was the adventure actually took I think 2 hours or more, so I actually missed my panel to see the Penny Arcade guys. But I was quite happy to do that because yeah, that's like another topic about how you have to kind of sacrifice some things to do other things. I don't know. That's another topic. But I had to choose, and I chose this, and I'm really glad I did. Cool. I think that's all I want to say. Yeah. role playing was fun. My time role playing was fun.